Good morning and welcome. This is the beautiful game on Wake Up Nigeria. Not Wake Up Nigeria. The beautiful game. My name is Mike Mesikeno. Yes, of course, an offshoot from Wake Up Nigeria. But that is what we do Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. to 12 noon. It's the beautiful game. Like I said, my name is Mike, and of course, Hafiz is making a return here after an ACL. That was an ACL, right?
It's always an ACL.
Because you don't take like 6 months now you did before you come back now.
At least the main important is that I'm fit.
Yeah, you're fit now.
I hope not to get injured like Falcao again.
Okay, all right, ready to go. It's great to have you here this morning.
Thank
you.
Of
course, we saw a lot yesterday. Lesotho up against South Africa. I don't know why people were expecting that South Africa was going to lose, because I had a number of people that respected people, retired internationals. We had a lot of pundits who said, they were just hoping that Nigeria would. South Africa would lose or draw, and they give Nigeria the chance to win and probably qualify. We'll talk about all of that. We'll break it all down. But for yesterday, just before we move into an interview which you're going to have, for yesterday, was it surprising? South Africa Lesotho 3-0. Was it surprising for you?
At all. It was always going to be
expected,
it was going to be a one-sided affair. I mean, in fact, even the 2-0 in the reverse fixture that South Africa won was supposed to be more than that. So coming to play in South Africa, it was just like another DSTV Premiership game, between two South African clubs. I mean, so South Africa, they knew that they were going to take the 3 points, and it just boosted, their chances of qualifying for the World Cup. So bad news for some nations, good news for South Africa. They were always going to win that game.
Yeah, yesterday also there were other matches. Egypt had to play yesterday. Looks like qualification is not a problem. The big boys, apart from Nigeria. Qualification is not a problem for any of them. I mean, yes, they had to take 2 penalties from Mamouche and Mohamed Salah. Of course, Senegal also, like they're already booking their places. Morocco and all the rest, they're securing the way. Would we learn anything? Would NFF learn anything from all of this that's happening?
I really, really hope they do, because if there's one thing that Nigerians are good at, is calculations and hope. We are already hoping again. We are in 4th place. We are not even in 2nd place or 3rd. We are in 4th place, and we are hoping for someone at the top to flop. I mean, they are only going to get, gingered more, to get the 3 points. We are playing South Africa next in South Africa. I mean, it's looking really bleak, to be very honest.
Of course, that'll be on Tuesday. But before that, we'll deal with today. Today is Rwanda, okay? Before that. All right. Well, we'll preview the game that's happening later on today. Of course, at the Nest of Champions in Uyo. Maybe we'll see if we can talk to Torres here. I'll see if we can get him, because he's in Uyo and he has had time to talk with...
The hopeful man himself. I will cook him when he comes back. No way he wants to.
You can't blame him for being optimistic. You can't blame him for that.
But at least be realistic. If you are optimistic, be realistic.
Just a little bit of
how many games everyone in this qualifying?
Okay, all right. Now, just before that, there's something we love here: grassroots football. When you have underage people, or cadets, or whatever you want to call it. When you have people that you're trying to take off the streets, people that are that can learn when it comes to being a good thing to themselves and society. We have somebody who we're going to be talking to now. He's putting together a competition, and that's something for kids, to get them off the streets. Now, there's a menace of kids in our streets, and he's specifically doing this one in Mushin local government. All right? His name is Mr. Ifena Moneke. We're getting him on Zoom. As soon as we're able to connect him, we'll get through to him. And we're talking about a competition, a football competition that he's doing for young people. I think it's under 15 or so, but he's going to give us the details. We're going to be talking to him right now and, get to know the details of that particular competition and see how it's going. Hello, Mr. Ifena. How are you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm very well. How are you doing?
I am good. It's great to have you, Mr. Ifena. Thank you for what you're doing. Before we talk about the competition, let's talk about how did you get into, the sporting arena? How did your love for sports? How did it all grow? How did it all begin for you?
Right. Thank you for this platform. Really, I started.
We might have to do a sound check there. Let's ensure that sound is okay. As soon as our sound is okay, we'll get back to him. But let's talk. How important do you think it is for tournaments like this, when you have kids, when you're trying to take kids off the street? So considering how important football is, as when it comes to nation building. I mean, look at the Eagles now and all of that. Look at what they do when it comes to unification of a nation. How important is it to raise up talents like this from grassroots level? For
various reasons, actually very, very important. I mean, off the pitch, I mean, it's just to take kids to know that there's still hope in sports instead of doing other things, instead of being, like you said, a menace to society. So you can just find something meaningful to do. But this is only going to work via encouragement from our government as well. It's a good thing he's doing or he's about to do, but then we still need more encouragement. I mean, and for the sporting side, for football, he's going into he's organizing a football competition. It's great to go along with, I mean, for example, look at Super Eagles, we can't even boast of a good goalkeeper. So tournaments like this can produce one. I know I took a shit as the Eagles, but it's the truth. We don't have a good goalkeeper, over 200 million Nigerians, and we still can't find a good goalkeeper
and
to
there's that
bank
talk
on.
about homegrown talent. A lot of our Super Eagles players at this moment are what we call the in-it boys. A lot of them are players who maybe their parents, of course, immigrated to the UK and all of that, and then spent time there. So, and that's for a number of people has, is the reason why the Super Eagles don't perform so well, because it is said that a number of them don't have. It's more or less like the Eagles was the second option. If they had the option, they would have wanted to play for England, but then that didn't happen, and then the second option fell. So the talk is that if these people they were homegrown, the hunger and the desire to make their fatherland or motherland proud, as it were, would be higher than what you have with this foreign-born.
I want to throw a question back. What of the ones that are actually homegrown, have they been encouraged to play for their fatherland? Okay, what's coming out from the Chan Eagles? Have we seen any, like, 1 or 2, 3 players that we can use to promote to the Super Eagles to play for us? So that one is a different conversation, Mike.
All right.
And we don't want to enter there. You know what comes out of it. Yes.
All right. Okay, let's see if we can get through to Ifena there. Mr. Ifena, can you hear me now? Hello, we still have to do something with the audio there. All right, Mr. Ifena, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear
you.
You hear
Good.
me?
Oh, good. Perfect. So we're talking about you. How did your love for sports and particularly football, how did you get into that arena where you're having to do what you want to do now?
Okay. First off, I was born and raised in Munshi. I love football, played football. Like every little boy, I had hopes that probably I'd have been a footballer myself, but it didn't materialize. But I used to play for Pepsi Academy in Surulere. Then we had this, we had the training at Surulere, I think around Babs Animashan, Eric Moore Road, where the training center was. So I intended, taking it further, but it didn't happen. So I went back into education and continued to study, and then finally, got my way through that. But the love and passion for sports and football did not stop. It stayed with me. And then we're able to come together, I, myself, and a group of team to set up Bright Fame Sports, the management company registered in Nigeria, just basically for scouting and getting little kids out of the streets, keep them out of mischief and danger, and most importantly, give them a hope, to do something they love doing. And then, I never had that myself, even though I, got to a particular point, playing with the academy, like I said before, but I never really got that. But hopefully, we hope we can be able to do something and really help people coming from those places, because it's not really very great, if you understand what I mean, really.
I understand you. And so that, of course, bets your dream for this particular football competition. Let's talk about this competition. What exactly is the competition about? Who is it open to? What is the age bracket of people that can be a part of this particular competition?
Thank you very much. The competition is called the Under-15 Robert Memorial Cup. Basically, it stems from the idea of Mr. Robert, who's also a footballer himself. He's an Anambra native, and then he's of blessed memory now. So he's played in his memory, and then it's basically for, like I said, under-15, heights of an approximate 5'5", weight of 50 kilograms, and it's open to clubs within Lagos State, clubs in Lagos. People are already getting the forms. It's mainly to be able to give people the avenue to showcase their talents, through their clubs, and then there is prizes to be won. There is that opportunity to be seen. Definitely not on the global scene like we would want it now, but at least to be seen to the greater public, to the general public, and then basically give them that platform to really showcase their talent, and then also the teams to vie for something competitive regards football.
Well, now, how can young people become a part of this? Do they have to be in a club already for them to participate? Is this something that you know, a young talent can just be a part of? What are the modalities for, you know, the operation as it is?
Right. Basically, you need to be in a club to be able to participate because you can't participate as an individual. Football is a team sport, like we all know. So you have to be in a club, and this club would have to secure a registration form, which is already outgoing, because we're partnering with a major partner, which is the Munshi local government.
Okay.
Of whom, because this is a tournament being played in Mushin, particularly Oluwain or Sports Center. That's where it's being played. The LCDA chairman, Honorable Tubosun Haruna Aruwe, is actually in the know of this. The Nigerian Referee Association, the Nigerian Football Association, Lagos chapter, they're all aware of this. So you have to be in a team to participate in this. And also, the teams that are being that are vying for this, that are trying to get into this, it has to be a 32-man team, 32 man team, and splitted in groups, and the matches being played various dates. But it's definitely a team thing. You can't just walk in, but you have
Okay.
to be in a team in a club, and then your club secures the form to be able to participate in this tournament.
All right. So when is this competition open? When is it starting? When can people come to watch it? How can people be a part of it?
People can watch it at the place I said, the Luaino Sports Center. It's open from the 11th of October 2025. That's where it starts there. There's draws. The coaches are aware already of the teams that have been registered or that are, you know, applying to be a part of this tournament. There will be coach briefing. There will be press briefing. Obviously, starting on the 11th. We also will have screening. There will be a screening for the teams that are going to come in, obviously, for the age, to make sure we don't have overage, to make sure that the weight category is intact, to make sure that the height category we are looking for. Yes, there might be a bit of flexibility in those because you might have people taller and all of that. But yes, we'll do all of the screening and then make sure that the teams are, you know, properly documented, and then the games can begin.
All right, Defender, moving forward, what is your aim? What do you hope to achieve? You know, we've spoken about the lack of homegrown talent in the Super Eagles. Now, this is under 15. After you get your winner, what is the plan for them? Is there any plan to maybe ensure that the people from such competitions, they grow as far as getting into the Super Eagles and all of that?
Well, eventually it will be a dream to be a part of the Super Eagles because that's obviously as a Nigerian, that's something, you know, most Nigerian players, anybody playing anywhere would want to, you know, don the green and white jersey of the Super Eagles. But now, since he's under 15, the first thing is to get them, scout them, that's these kids, get these talents, which is what Bright Fame, you know, football tournament, football sports management is actually about, or sports management particularly is about, but in this case, football. When we get them, already, Bright Fame is already partnering with, is already in association with a football club called Stallion Stars Football Club, also there in Munshin. So they will be transitioned. Most of the people gotten from here, yes, some people are with clubs already. Some might show interest and then can be transitioned into this football club. And then from this football club, which is already running and active, from this football club, we can actually then gradually, you know, expose these people to different opportunities, platforms. We already have plans. This is our inaugural tournament, I must say, but we already have plans to, you know, bring it to a wider view, international if we can, which is actually the dream, which is actually the main plan. Take it international, and then from there, you know, get this, you know, young kids or young players, young people to, you know, show their ability. Obviously, the sky is their limit from there. Super Eagles and call-ups and all these things will come eventually, obviously, if you're in the right position, in the right place.
All right.
But you have to build on to
All
be
right.
able to get
All right, Mr.
level.
Fena, you're doing a wonderful job, and we want to encourage you here. Keep up doing what you're doing, and more grease to your elbows. And yeah, we hope that these people, they can be transitioned to bigger things. Now, just to wrap up, do you think Super Eagles will qualify? Are we beating Rwanda today? And then do you
First
think
off, we're beating
we're going to
Rwanda
qualify?
3-0. We are beating Rwanda 3-0. and we are going to qualify. I have, yes, we will qualify. It is a that your other the colleague in the studio
Yes,
there
Mike.
was
Yeah.
is a bit steep. We always used to calculating and all, but I think we will. I think we will qualify.
All
But
right.
I'll just quickly say something. We've got a couple sponsors. We've got sponsors. We've got the Lagos State Football Association. We've got Nigerian Red Cross for support. We've got Gorilla Boys. We've got Front Shield, Global Service for Security.
All
We've got
right.
some real
Okay.
estate.
We have to go now, Mr. Ifena. But
Thank
like
you
we
very much.
said, yes, we
Appreciate
encourage
that.
you and well done. Keep up doing what you're doing.
Thank
More
you.
grease to your elbows. Thank you very much. All right.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So
Appreciate it.
yeah, you heard from him and you heard all that he said here. When it comes to homegrown talents, we need more things like this that should get more exposure. We used to have the Principal Cup, but the point now is that what can we do, the integration, moving these people into clubs that they can use and that they can, grow and groom them into Super Eagles. And then if they get, would they have the opportunity against the foreign, born nationals and all of that? Would they have that opportunity?
Absolutely. I mean, it's become synonymous with us that anytime the Super Eagles lose a game, we are always saying we should go back to the grassroots.
Okay.
Are we really going back to the grassroots? This is a big step, by Mr. Ifena, and I really, really pray and hope that it comes to fruition. And these boys, there will always be a star player from tournaments like this. I pray that these players, they can start from the under 17. This is under 15, right? They can start from the under 17. I mean, Lamine Yamal blew up from nowhere. He was playing for Barcelona, came out from the beating, but he also participated in a tournament called La Liga Future. So he was there. Tournaments like that, bring him up and look at what he's doing today. So this is where we can call on the government. I'm glad he said he had some sponsors, like the Lagos State Football Association. Introduce these players to them. Let them send, scouts also, or people just to come and watch these players. Then from there, it can move in. Players have their own stories. They can come in from anywhere. It doesn't have to be, just being seen on the road and just play a game and just qualify like that. But, I mean, tournaments like this help to encourage players, and I hope that, they can collaborate with the governments. In no time, we won't be seeing all these in-it boys like you said.
All right, we'll get ready to take a very short break now. We're all talking about the Super Eagles and, of course, qualification. We'll look at the other groups in Africa. And then, of course, maybe we'll also look at Europe and look at qualification. Everybody's getting ready, set for the World Cup. Most likely, Nigeria will not be there, even though a lot of people are optimistic about all of that. But that will
Nigeria is
be
not qualifying, Mike.
after this short time out. Stay with us.